Okay. 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 Whoop, I'm done. Okay. Whoop, I'm done. Okay. Whoop, I'm done. Okay, I'm trying to... There we go. Okay, something was like causing me to repeat. I finally figured out what it is. Man, oh man, oh man. Do I even want... to play this game? Oh. I mean that half seriously, but I also kind of mean that seriously. What do you do in this game? You level up. You go to an area. You do the same gameplay that you've done.
I cannot do that here.
I don't really understand. There's so many issues that like are just small issues that piss me off, and they just add up the longer you play this game. They really do. And at this point, I feel like the majority of the interest is just in the hardcore aspect. You know what I mean? Like the actual data like the actual gameplay, right? The moment-to-moment gameplay. Huh. I can't use the well because I need to be damaged. And it's like the developers realize that, so they put a spike pit there.
I need more essence.
So I'm betting on Shadow Knight potentially coming to the Diablo universe. The hell is Shadow Knight? Now, I feel like my biggest issue with this game is that, like... I'm kind of just bored of the game. Like, I played Druid, and I'm playing Necromancer, right? And I'm kind of just bored of it. And I guess the reason I'm bored of it is I feel... Once again, I kind of feel lied to about the end game. I mean, so I did the only interesting content, which is clearing out a stronghold, because those actually have a mini plot, events, you know, stuff like that, right? But then it just leads into doing a dungeon. Then you never do anything else, you just do the dungeon. Right?
I'm out of essence.
I don't know what Shadow Knight is. Like a class? Like... Are you saying a class is coming to the game? Plus, okay, they keep using this trick here and it's starting to piss me off. The trick of like Haha, we spawned a bunch of mobs behind you. Now, you'll get hit by them even if you're playing range. It's just like, okay. Can you literally think of no way of making this difficult than to spawn mobs on top of me? And before you say, oh, well, they're ghosts, so... No, dude, every pack enemies does it. It feels... Maybe like a few times it wouldn't feel so bad. But like, it's the one trick they seem to have. The one trick they seem to have is we spawn a bunch of shit on top of you.
I'm out of essence.
I'm out of essence. It's just such a silly trick at this point. It just... I mean, again, they just do it so often. They just do it so often. I literally couldn't get through that sentence without them doing it. Man, oh man. I just woke up. I mean, I'm gonna play Total War later, so this will probably be a short Diablo day. But I'm growing disillusioned. I feel like ARPGs are just... I feel like ARPGs are just trapped. They are eternally trapped in being easy mode. I looked at the Diablo 4 subreddit, and the complaints are mostly... The mobs are too far apart. Yes, I agree. There aren't enough low-level mobs for you to do big number against, which feels... confusing. People are complaining about NPC placement in town because they have to run around town too much, which seems to be an issue in my opinion with towns and drops and all that. I think the big issue is most people have realized that, like, what's even the right way to put it? I think most people have kind of realized, here's a complaint. Why do every fucking time I log in, I gotta press shift? Every fucking time I log in, I gotta press shift. Right? I gotta press shift. Nah, that armor is too good. I'm just looking around. I mean, I could upgrade this to do more damage, but legendary effect is probably good. Plus, yeah, the thing is, this item just rolled really good. Core skill damage. I mean, the other effects aren't good. To be honest, probably not even that good. Dude, I just keep finding side grades to every little item I have. Okay, my rings are so outdated at this point. But you're telling me I can't find anything? You tell me I can't find anything that's just like a little bit better? Nope, I really can't.
That looks warm.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I'm probably gonna need that, by the way. I'll be decent after a year, but what do you do? Fundamentally, and this is what I'm talking about. Fundamentally, ARPG players do not want a game that is hard to play. They don't want a hard to play game. They don't even want a game that's challenging. They don't want a game that's in any way at all, in the tiniest bit, even the slightest bit, threatening to them. And but you say, you know, like, oh no, of course they do, of course they do. No, they really don't. Like go look at all their posts. Go look at what all of them are saying. Right? It's the same thing. It's literally just nothing but there needs to be more mobs. You need to. Why do I need to use a builder skill to generate resources? Why can't I just spam big nuke and AoE all enemies? Why can't I, you know, blah 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 blah. That's all I see. That is it Diablo 3 but with more skills? Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, maybe. I'm just growing disillusioned with it. Honestly, I would have been fine with everything. With every small issue, I would have been if they had an end game. Like an actual end game. Like... Like an end game would have been nice. But they don't have an end game. And because they don't have an end game, this is it. This is the gameplay forever. Now, just to be clear, I have both. For those of you who are thinking I'm being weird, I have both legendary aspects for Bloodlance. So my gameplay will literally never change if I go with this build. This is it. I might maybe change if I'm using minions or not. And that's it. So like, when everyone was talking about world bosses and like challenging content and endgame and all that, I was like, oh shit. And I was looking forward to it, and then I got to the high level, and I realized that, oh, they all bullshit. Everyone, it's like, okay. I don't want to like call it a conspiracy, but I definitely feel like there's a, let me get real close here. I definitely feel like there's a journalist conspiracy, let's put it that. And I don't think they do it intentionally, but basically, if people like a game, then they just review that game better so that people continue to read their reviews. I don't think that'll surprise anybody. I don't think that'll surprise anybody. For sure, right? But yeah, I mean, fundamentally, everyone gave Diablo 4 good reviews because it's a popular game, and people go, Diablo, remember Diablo 2? And anyone that doesn't review it well will get hated on for being anti-Diablo. The betas basically lied in an interesting way, because they didn't outright lie, but they gave the impression that world bosses and that sort of stuff were going to be common, right? First off, just so you guys know, a Shava is just a campaign boss that they put into the open world without the campaign mechanics. What was I even doing? I do not even remember. Hello, Kobenin. So, in case you think I'm being salty, well, no, I've played through the campaign. And yeah, okay, so we have Bloodlands maxed out. At best, I guess we could max out Decrepify. God, putting points on this ability is bad. I've played the campaign, and yeah, Ashava is a campaign boss that you deal with like campaign mechanics, right? And
Been feeding on me. My soul.
all they did to make it a world boss was they yoinked out the campaign mechanics.
Let it end.
All I did was yoink out the campaign mechanics and then made it a world boss. And so far as I've seen, that's been about it. People have said, oh, there's other world bosses, but people have also said that because they're so unchallenging, and I've been, guys, you guys have been seeing me, I've been online for 16 out of 24 hours the last 3 days. I have not managed to find these world bosses, okay? I'm doing my best. I cannot find them.
I'm out of essence.
And, but basically the people that have been playing with them say that the, world bosses, sorry, I'm like half distracted here. I guess my minions will just do everything for me. People have been saying that the world bosses are so easy. Well, I filled the event, who cares? Well, the world bosses are so easy. You can kind of just stand there and everyone else will kill them. Which is basically what I feared was going to happen. I thought Ashava, and this is what I assume a lot of people thought. I thought that Ashava was going to be like the starter boss. You know, decently challenging. Has a few mechanics you need to play around, blah, 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 right? Like, I think a lot of people thought that that's how Ashava was going.
It's locked.
Free the prisoners. Oh, for fuck's sake. Where did I miss them? God, this event pops up every so often, and I'm paying so little attention that every time it pops up, I forget to actually be freeing the prisoners as I'm going through areas. Now, you can say that's on me, sure, but because, like, they literally have two events. One is some version of run around and kill all the bosses, or elites, right? And the second event is free the prisoners, right? And because those are the only two events they have, 95% of the time, you can just run around, not pay attention, kill the elites, you're good to go, right? I'm pressing tab because I'm trying to find the symbol for them. If I'm close, I'll see the symbol. So, I don't pay attention until it's randomly the prisoner one. And then I'm like, oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. And it's not like it adds anything, mind you. I'm not skipping gameplay. It's do the same thing but click on a thing. Oh my god. Is it not showing them on the map or something? No, it's supposed to be only here. This is where the quest is. Okay. So I'm confused now. But I walked through the entire area. Did it not spawn them? No way. No, it had to have. Maybe it's just not showing it on my mini-map. No, but wait. I can see a prisoner that I freed right here. Or maybe that wasn't me. Maybe that's not a prisoner that I freed. But it says the quest is in this section. See how this is highlighted? Okay. Hello, Unchained Wrath. I'm gonna walk through here just to make sure. But I just walked through that other area. And yeah, this is dungeons, and this is it. This is the peak end content, just to be clear to everyone. It doesn't really get any better than this, and I mean, it literally doesn't. This is it. You'll fight a boss at the end. We've already seen every boss. Most of them can't really do anything to fight back. No, there's no way. Okay, so I think it just wasn't showing on the map for some reason. I was staring at the map. So I guess maybe if I walk through and look in person. What was I gonna say? I mean, this is it. This is like, you know, the end game content. Oh, I see. There's two areas over here I wasn't paying attention to. This area. Okay. I'm blind as a bat. Evidently. I could go into some of the specific complaints about Necromancer being annoying, but I don't think anyone cares about that. But it's like there's two kinds of people.
Out of essence.
People who complain about Necromancer being weak, and people who complain about Necromancer being annoying to play. I'm part of the annoying to play angle. I think Necromancer is just annoying to play. There's too many different areas you need to stare at. You need to check your minion count over here. You need to check your buff over here. You got to check your buffs over here. But that's like in the same area, so that's fine, right? But then you're staring down here and you don't notice you're supposed to be looking up, looking at the game. And then an enemy will charge an attack and kill you or some shit. You can't check hex duration on enemies, which is fine. But we're starting to get, you know, back into the annoying territory, right? Where, like, you have to maintain debuffs on enemies, buffs on yourself.
I'm out of essence.
And then, I think one of the biggest problems I have is that your golem's, like, your golem is fine. Oh wait, I used the wrong ability. My hexes are normally on that key, so I used that key. I forgot about the hardcore boss. I call that a hardcore effect because it's literally just meant to kill hardcore players. Yeah, the golem is annoying because he's just like, his ability is not very impactful. So like here, you tell me to go over here and but like, okay, so just as one example, that ability is meant to heal the golem, right? So you need to use it when the golem needs healing. Okay, cool, interesting, awesome, amazing. How do I know the golem needs healing? I need to look at his health bar. Now in the middle of combat, that means I need to stare over. Let's do this for a bit, right? The golem's running around, he's running around. Which health bar is his health bar? Which health bar is his health bar? Is it low? Should I be using his ability? I don't fucking know. So you know what I do? I just kind of use it whenever I remember to use it. Am I being negative today? Yeah, probably. I probably am being negative today. Oh my god, I forget. But I'm being negative today because like I'm like practically not even looking forward to playing the game anymore.
I need more essence.
The problem I'm having, and there we go. But do you see how little damage that did? And I'm spec'd fully into golems, right? I got 3 points in golems. So you're telling me that doesn't do any damage? There's too many builds. Here, let me put this in another way. There's so many builds that seem to have been made assuming that enemies were going to be tanky and you'd be fighting elites that would tank through your damage and blah blah blah. There's so many builds that kind of like, yeah, they're doing the whole spawn on you trick again. But like the thing is, if my golem dies, he dies. There's not much I can do about it in the moment to react to the situation. I don't have a UI with my minion health. So for a class that's meant to be you know, managing their minions and all that. And you might be saying, oh, Hashinshin, you just want to stand back with your mages and shoot stuff. Yeah, because, like, the actual regular gameplay is not really that interesting. So, I don't think it's, like, a bizarre thing to want to do. See, some of my melee minions died, but they're fucking off-screen because the camera zoomed in, which is fine if I had the ability to rapidly assess if my minions are alive or dead over here. But wait, I got this whole screen. I gotta keep my buff up here. I go to buff, I notice it doesn't buff. It's summoning a skeleton. I'm like, oh shit. Now I gotta go over and look over here. I'm like, oh wait, one of my skeletons is dead. That's why it's summoning a skeleton and not a priest. And then the thing is, I know what you're saying. Oh man, that sounds annoying. But the thing is, so I gotta go up, check a body, down, check if the buff is up, right, check if a skeleton is dead, up, check a body again, raise a body, check the buff, check the skeleton, check the body. Now, yeah, like if you're rapidly assessing the situation, sure, you know, you might be saying I'm thinking too much about it, but it's clearly designed to try to be a more difficult game. So no, I'm not thinking more about it. I'm thinking what they intended. They just didn't give you a proper UI to assess the situation. And by the way, the more skills and things I get, right? Like I have one buff if I haven't taken damage. I have one buff if I'm healthy, right? So I gotta make sure I'm not taking any damage ever. I gotta make sure I'm healthy, meaning my HP is above, what, 80%? So you can see I lost a buff because I took a fireball. So like, I need to be staring at the screen to make sure I'm not being hit by anything, right? Like, you guys get the issue? See, so I took a fireball because I'm like looking down here to check if I need to get the buff up. I look to see if I need to get the buff up. I get hit by a fireball. My buff turns off. And that's not even counting the fact that if I'm close to my skeletons, they do more damage. So they want me to be close to my skeletons to do more damage, right? But how the fuck am I gonna get close to them if I take any damage which I can't look at because I need to be staring down here and here, so I can't just glance down and be like, buff? No. Buff? No. I need to be staring at fucking so many different directions. It's like, seriously, this is a legitimate complaint because whoever designed this UI, it's like they literally just wanted everyone to turn their undead off. Fortify isn't a shield. Fortify just reduces the damage you take. A lot of people don't know that. Some people keep thinking Fortify is a shield. Fortify is not a shield. So like I can't just like fortify my character and tank through it with blood abilities. Fortify just means if you have more fortify than you have HP, you take 10% reduced damage and you're overpowered, deal damage based on your fortify. Now yes, I could get fortify and make my big overpowered hits deal more damage. I just haven't opted into that. Because like I got a lot of shit to do with my build right now. I don't even know if this is a good build. I don't think it is, but who knows. And by the way, this is all ignoring the base gameplay loop of build up resource, spend resource. So before you say, hey Hashinshin, this doesn't sound like a lot, this is just stuff in addition to the normal shit every class has got to do. I'm not even like picking off the shamans because I'm just trying to stay in the back and dodge shit. See, you didn't even notice that one of my skeletons was dead, did you? And of course, this is ignoring the heal that I need to micro as well. Oh, okay. Am I done? Was that it for the dungeon? Oh, we didn't even get a boss. Really? Yeah. It's just, okay. Cool. I'm glad to share links. Are you gonna try to show me a build I should be doing instead of my build? I guess we need to go down here now. And this is adventure mode. Thank you. I don't need links on builds to do instead of my build. So sad to see what I've become. What, a necromancer? I mean, I did Shadow for a long time, and then I just got bored of it. So I decided to try to give Blood a try. Bloodlance has been working out for me, so I'm just doing Bloodlance. Okay, no. Maybe. Shadow damage, physical damage, damage over time. I just reduce my minion maximum life because my minions do get stats based on my stats, so increasing their resistance and stuff would be good. But I don't have shadow damage and I don't do damage over time, so I know everyone wants me to play a different build. Everyone comes in and is like, have you tried this build? And I'm like, I'm doing my build. And everyone's like, have you tried this build? And I'm like, I'm doing my build. Which one is Sever? Everyone does that, Sailor Ivo. Currently, reasonably, the only way to play Necromancer reasonably is Corpse Explosion, because it's the only build that synergizes with all they've given Necromancer. It's boring, particularly because it's the only build that synergizes.
This isn't for Akarat. Surely you understand that.
It's not about balance, it's just literally no content for other builds. What do? Like, you create so many bodies, right? But what do you do with those bodies? Corpse explosion. That's literally it. It's literally only corpse explosion. Now to travel again with a shit minimap that pisses everyone off. Was this shit minimap like part of their strategy or something? I'm beginning to wonder if it was.
I need time to do that.
The thing is, like, if it was just like a road over, it would be easy. But I have to think like, okay, go here, but don't get distracted by that passage. That's also not the one. Go through here. I mean, I guess I could just try to follow the road. That wasn't the road. My bad. Was that the road? Oh no, that was the road. It just went south. Okay. Okay, I will just follow the road. Should be nice if I just had like a zoomed out mini map that I could use. Cause it's not like I've recognized their entire map, man. I've only been playing this game a few days. I don't have the map memorized. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay, it should just be a straight shot up now.
I need more time.
I have bad ADHD and I have a shit minimap. But I prefer the map being randomized. I just need the minimap zoomed out. I don't care how the map looks. It's fine, right? Like I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about the map being wacky like this. Like, sure, screw it. Allow me to jump up and down and spacebar parkour my way through it, right? But like, I'm a need. The horse feels clunky. The whole thing feels clunky. I'm getting increasingly pissed off at this game. So it's the only way to get here? Yeah, because that's when... So I have to do that to get to this dungeon. Man, oh man, oh man. I mean, you guys know me. I had fun. It's literally just the fact, because like normally in these sorts of games, you have like a shitty leveling experience, and then like there's some sort of late game or something, and everyone was like, you know, every publication was like, we played the late game. I played to level 100. Let me tell you, this is the best late game of any ARPG ever. I heard that so many times, right? And I was like, okay. But no, dude, it's how gaming news works now. If you go against a fold, people don't want to listen to you. Because people want to hear that their favorite game is the best game ever made, right? Fundamentally, that's true. I think we can all agree that people generally like to hear, oh, your new favorite game that is coming out is the best game that's ever been made. You were right to love it, right? Like, and so if one publication is saying, I don't know, guys, RPGs kind of suck and Diablo is kind of aged, and you know, really, I don't think it's gonna be that good, right? And publication B is saying the end game is the best end game that any ARPG has ever had. This game's a 9 out of 10. You're gonna go to the 9 out of 10 publication, you're gonna read their media, you're gonna look at their ads, and you're gonna agree with them, and you're gonna show it and link it to all your friends. That's the thing, you're gonna link it to all your friends, and Gaming News Insider will then get more views. I don't know if that's a real thing. That is a real thing. I made it up. But that's the thing, there is no late game. When they're talking about the late game, they're talking about when you go to World Tier 3. People put out news that that was the best late game any ARPG has ever had. Oh my god, I got minion blocked. By the way, one of the biggest annoyances you guys are probably noticing, I have to wait until this buff ticks out to get my talented 20% heal. If I use it early, it cancels it and doesn't give it to them. So I must stare at this bar and not use the priest again until it ticks down and gives me the full heal. Then I can use it again. I'm hoping that, in addition to everything I just said, that also being something I need to do, maybe helps convince people how annoying this shit gets. Honestly, it's like, why even take shrines? Shrines used to be cool because it allowed you to AoE and demolish all the enemies, right? But now you just do that by default. That's just the default ARPG. Everyone's just got a shrine on them non-stop. I think the low mob density and all that, I think that's caused by the developers thinking that the game was going to be way harder than it is.
I'm out of essence.
That's just my opinion. I don't actually disagree with the idea to have lower mob density. I don't just hate things just to hate things, just to be clear. For those guys who think like, oh man, he's just hating again. Like, I don't hate things just for the purpose of hating things. I actually think, I think that the idea of having lower mob density and tougher enemies is a very good idea, right? For sure. But the problem seems to be that they didn't actually make the game harder, and that can be told through the fact that they hotfixed Paragon so hard really early. Right? Yeah, it's like, you guys ever played Doom? I know you have, you're all fucking boomers, admit it. Doom, the original game like this, came at you with its mob density, right? But the thing is, Doom has so many wildly different enemies that perform wildly different things that, if Doom comes at you with like 50 enemies, you got a lot of different things you need to perform. Even though you're killing them quickly, you need to be managing your resources and stuff like that, right? Especially with the harder user-made maps, you can't just run in and BFG everything. Every 10 seconds, your cold skeletal mages cast a blizzard that deals cold damage and continuously chills enemies for 8% over 6 seconds. Well, low rolled the damage as hard as it could, but everything else is pretty nice, I'll admit. I'm going back to the start because I walked past it. There's the blood orbs, a totally wasted concept that seems to have honestly, I think blood orbs would have worked if the bonus healing went to a shield that scaled up like 50% of your max HP. I think that would have worked. But because you get one shot too easily, you just have to spam potions non-stop. And because you have to spam potions non-stop, or else you get one shot, it means you don't really have time to like run up to the front line and grab a blood orb. If you get one, it's nice, but the concept that they were going with just didn't quite hit the mark. Well, at least we get blizzards now. Just have it be like a rapidly decaying shield, right? So that like if you're taking damage, it works, and if you're not taking damage, it just quickly dissipates. You can't use it to just go like invulnerable. You know what I mean? It'll just like overheal you a bit, so that you know, with all three skeleton mages casting Blizzard. Kinda thought I'd see more Blizzard. I guess even Blizzard doesn't want to see more Blizzard. That vase was coming right for me. Yeah, I think they chose, and this is why I'm saying betas are super sketchy. Betas have this huge habit. What they do is they show you a vertical slice of the content, and they make that vertical slice of the content as like super diverse as they can, and then they pretend that that's gonna be all the content. You know what I mean? And it never is. It's like, here's the question. Do I have time at this low of HP to run up there and grab a blood orb? I mean, I guess I could grab this one. But meanwhile, I've been at risk of getting one shot this whole time. So like, it only really works if you're standing in melee. But then the question is, why is there a ranged left click, right? Why is my left click a ranged nuke? And then why is this right click a ranged nuke? There are some melee blood abilities, but why are half of them long ranged? Did they expect you to run up or something? Man, I even feel like debuffing them with hexes is pointless. They just spawn so many, and then they die so quickly. Why am I even debuffing them? Hello, Rocha. Did I get anything interesting? Not really. Oh, right, skill point. What was I doing with my skill points? Lucky hit. Hitting enemies with blood skills is a 24% chance to fortify you for 2% of your base health. That is significantly lower than you're thinking is one of the issues. Oh, it's only gonna be, always gonna be 25%. Well, screw it. I mean, the fortify could help give us more over, overwhelm the hits, you know? Vampire Lord slain. I think one of the reasons that everyone's kind of annoyed at level scaling content too is that even scaled up to your level, the enemies are just so goddamn easy, it doesn't matter. Hello, EFT. How do I even get in there? Oh, so I need to be within that field to do damage to him. They have world difficulty 3 and 4, but reasonably all it does is keep pace with how overpowered your character is. There's slight difficulty bumps you'll get at world 3 and slight difficulty bumps you'll get at world 4, but reasonably within a little bit you'll quickly match it. Yeah, I mean, I found interesting legendary items for Necromancer. It's just like, when you're leveling, eventually even those legendary effects can be outdone by like an item with like 3 times the armor, right? Maybe not that bad. Okay, here's a boss. Kicking his ass. He should have known not to mess with the Necromancer. The Mage's Blizzard Kiss seems to do at least good damage. So now we can't do these whispers. No, 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 no. Now we need to go back to the tree of whispers to collect our reward. Loading screen. Intro. Walk to the right.
It is done.
Greater collection of chest plates. Two-handed weapons. Well, I want to go two-handed weapons.
He's back.
A two-handed Giga Scythe. Blood Wave. Fires 2 additional waves, each dealing 28% less damage than the previous. Blood Wave into Blood Wave into Blood Wave. Critical strike damage. Damage to enemies affected by shadow damage. Damage to card control enemies. Core skill damage. Life on kill. Sure, fuck it, why not? You guys are gonna find out why I don't use the ultimate. But screw it. Let's drop the shit hex, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even using anymore. For Blood Wave.
I cannot do that.
Blood Wave. It's in the game. I mean, if it shoots 3 blood waves, I mean that's still a significant damage increase. I mean that counts for something, right? Maybe keeping my gear upgraded and stuff is bad. It makes the game too easy. Who knows? Blood Wave. It's in the game.
That's a deal.
Is there a sell old junk item, maybe? No?
Yeah, give it over.
Man, I want to disenchant that to get the wardrobe effect, but also kind of want that essence effect. Ah, fuck it. I'll take the wardrobe effect. It's not even the strongest effect, reasonably, I don't think.
I can break that down.
I just want the wardrobe thing. Because I know I hadn't gotten that sight to my wardrobe yet. I'm collecting. A mod that turns necromans into orcs. Honestly, that'd be funny, if nothing else.
You can't be serious, Tomaris.
There's an auto salvage, but there's not an auto sell.
Going back is...
Run over here, turn in gems.
This isn't for the fort, for Akarat.
Run over here, go back to... Oh wait, I don't even need to go to the portal, because I can just waypoint back. Actually, I don't even want a waypoint back. Let's just go here and do another dungeon. Dungeons are still somehow the most interesting content you can find. Mount up, run to dungeon, get lagged out. Find treasure goblin. I'm not that excited about the legendaries because there's not much they can do for me, realistically speaking. Oh wow, this one shocks. It rolled at level... Wait. Oh, because it's a one-handed. Gain critical strike chance for 6 seconds when you cast corpse tendrils. You deal bonus critical damage to enemies damaged by corpse tendrils. Yeah, it's not bad. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad item by any stretch of imagination. It's firmly... Yeah, it's alright. Cooldown reduction, crowd control duration. Could be good. Oh, yeah, here's Blood Wave. Blood Wave! Was that it? I thought there'd be more waves. I was at least hoping for like a Giga Tsunami. Wave. Seriously? Oh, there they... Wait, they take so long to cast. Oh. Well, that sucks. Huh.
What is this?
Blood Wave. It does about 1,000 damage versus Blood Lance, which does about 1,300 damage. Wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if it triple casted like instantly, that might work, right? If it did like a triple, if it did like an instant triple cell, I think that might work. What am I talking about? An instant triple cast. So it was like, oh, I cast the wrong button. I mean, I guess at a 50-second cooldown.
I have come to these caves to be in service for my master. He has promised me life and blood. Service is the world comes. I crave such stability, such strength. I was brought weak into a world that has no tolerance for it. I continue to be weak to feed my master. But I know that one day, soon, I will be reborn anew in his evil.
What does Blood Wave do again?
And his kin.
I guess it knocks enemies back. Is it like...
Will come.
Is it... I keep hitting the wrong ability. Because all their fucking tooltips look the same, and I keep looking down to remember which key I assigned it to. It seems like it was made as a PvP get out of jail free card legendary. Where like it summons 3 blood waves, each blood wave summons healing. Then each blood wave slows and knocks back enemies, you know. little bit slow without my legendary to make my Blood Lance AoE a bit. Won't lie to you. A little bit slow. Like the cast at the original position. I mean, we do decent elite damage, but we don't really do the most damage against normals. We don't really have an AoE. Yeah, I'd rather just slot in, you know, corpse explosion. And oh wait, and now I'm gonna do a corpse explosion build again. Oh no. On a corpse explosion, because every necromancer build at present is currently just going corpse explosion, because it's the only singular build which actually seems to have enough synergy with necromancer's kit. Like, why is it even bothering to slot in single warg encounters there? Seems like a waste of my time. Yeah, basically it's just frustrating. I'm trying to not use corpse explosion because the issue is every single build ends in corpse explosion at present. Ow. I mean, the thing is, Blood Wave is good as what it's doing. Like, I'll give it that, right? But like, by the time I go pick up those blood orbs, who gives a shit? The fight's over. It knocks back enemies. It keeps me safe, right? So from that perspective, it's good. Damn, dude, these skeleton defenders need like a taunt mechanic or something. The way enemies literally just keep walking past them and they're just like, wait, stop. But they don't do any damage. Right? They don't do any damage because I haven't slot them to do any damage. Free the poisoner.
Bless you.
And the other disappointment I have is they never added any interesting bosses. You want the bone? What? They aren't doing that shit. We're sticking with Blood Golem. If I'm healthy, he gets 25% damage reduction and 50% more damage, and I sit in the back and stay healthy. He does his thing. Great, I'm picking up all these blood orbs. Great. What a well thought out mechanic. Bone taunt? Yeah, but I don't want him to taunt. I want him to deal damage. Plus, then I'd have to remember to use his abilities. Do you guys ever see me using my Blood Golem's abilities? You do not. I guess I could remember more often. Oh, I missed a prisoner up there. Oh my god. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, so few of the dungeons are prisoner dungeons. That when they are. And why is there a prisoner dungeon, man? Why? Why is this a thing? All you do, it's not hard. It doesn't change the gameplay. It's literally the same shit. But sometimes you forget to free the prisoners because you're not used to it. That's it.
I need time.
I guess they drop a health potion, but let's be honest. I don't think health potions do shit. You get so many of them eventually, you get the Elden Ring problem where you just spam health potion through every situation. Let's see, I guess we just continue with the fortify, because, yeah. That's a dungeon. Another level achieved. Okay, I'm gonna be back later. Well, okay. Actually, I won't be. Not yet. We'll see. I was gonna play Total War. Best way to support me, subscribe to my Patreon. Now the minion specializations, well right now I'm using Defender Warriors so they don't die. Every 6 seconds they block damage. For my mages I'm using Cold to generate me Essence. For my Golem I'm using Blood so he's tanky and does damage. But, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure he does damage. I mean, he does like 250 a hit. That's not bad.
We demand blood.
They're just gonna kill all the bads. I don't. There's like no need for me to even pay attention to it because by the time I can swing around, they'll have already killed them. This event just spams you with bads. It basically hard punishes people without AoEs. There's an elite. Second option, subscribe on Kick. I'm gonna go play Total War with some friends. Free for all multiplayer match if you guys want to watch, but I'm just making sure it's set up. Yeah, see, I mean, at the very least, Tides of Blood, Blood Wave, Blood Fusion, Blood Edge, Edge Blood, Rusty Edge Knife Blood. You know, it does. It gives me a way to like clear out those giant AoE packs that I can't normally deal with. Stop! Get taunted. They're all right there. Hit one of them, not me. That's the only reason I think the slowing hex is good, but eventually you'll just one-shot everything anyway. I'll continue this later. I'm gonna obviously finish out level 50, maybe do some post stuff. I'm gonna complain the whole time, so I'm sorry if you get frustrated at hearing that, but you know, yeah, see what I mean? At the very least, it helps me clear out these AoE packs, so it's just like, god damn, I do not have AoE in my base kit. So I'll give it that, at least it's helping me. Ow. I'm not really sure where my skeleton damage comes from. Right, like they seem, is it all the mages? Is it just the mages doing everything? Because like if I go and look, the skeleton warriors are doing like 40-50 damage a hit. Even the golem is doing like 200. I think it's just the mages hitting repeatedly for 300 that does the work. I think. Oh shit, I clicked the wrong button. So I'm trying to check something. Oh wait, we need to go back to the tree. Yep, see what I'm talking about, dude. It's such like a, you gotta go back to the tree. And you get to the tree, get on your mount. You can't charge in tons, you gotta move at normal speed. Run back to the tree, look at your items. What items do I want? I guess we'll go with the leg guards. Actually, let's go with rings, because my rings are super outdated. Open the ring thing. Oh wait. When you have 7 or more minions, your minions gain 20% increased damage reduction. Yeah, that's pretty good for me, I'd say. Slot it up. I have too much inventory, so go back to town. Your mount speed changes based on the distance between your character and your cursor.
I cannot do that.
Day 3 with no league? I'm sorry, my dude. You can help break addiction. Thorns, damage to enemies, summoning skill damage. Does that include, hold on, but does that include is that only the skill? Is that only the skill, or is that also the summons themselves? Okay, I kind of like the thorns, and it's gonna make me squishier though, which is a bit of an issue, I won't lie.
Come back if you make the forge.
God, I forgot about this. So I need to run over here. Not you.
To do that.
Is it you?
You hear her last night? Running through the streets, screaming bloody...
You.
Yes, yes, I
You go to you. Take the jewels out. Go back over here. I'm gonna keep this in my inventory just in case. It does. Okay, so it's wait, summoning skill damage does affect your minions. I'm looking at the golem. 279, I take it off, 273. But because minions have such ludicrous damage modifiers already, because they have such magic, because they have such, I'll just show you. Because the golem already has 75% multiplying damage, it doesn't do much to get 7% damage. Do you see the problem? He's getting 7% damage, and he's going from 273 to 279. So I'm getting the thorns, but it's questionable if it's worth it, and I don't actually really think it is. Because it's only going to like 2.5% damage. But then I'm losing physical damage. Oh, it's because I'm losing the physical damage as well. Does that apply to my minions? No, there's no way. This is just still gonna be better. There's no way. There's no way. Then we need to go back to our stash. Yeah, I assure you, this is how we have to play it. Yeah, Perry, I'm saying that effect isn't doing much for me. You bastard.
Going back is... This isn't like
You
before.
doofus.
This isn't for the
You
forge,
dummy.
Baccarat. Surely
You
you
silly
understand.
bean. Okay. Okay, you guys. So where do you want to play? And how do we put Lakatron on the weakest shit so he dies?
No, no.
Okay, chat. I'm gonna go play Total War. I'm gonna go play Total War. For those of you on YouTube, you can.
No, I'm not for anything. I kind of want to play in the Badlands.
I need to set up the game, and every time I've set up this game, every time I've set up the game, it's been like a 20-minute affair
I'll play anything.
to 30 minutes plus. So I'm gonna turn off the stream.
No, you won't. You don't have a pin.
You can.
Remember?
I'm gonna type it up. You can watch me on Kick
What about this?
if you want.
Your mom?
Actually, you know what? I'll just set up a thingy for now,
Your dad.
and then I'll just change the title and all that
Where are we playing?
later.
Dude, no. Hildrick wants to play South Badlands area.
Oh, fuck off.
I'll play anywhere, I said.
I'll just move you guys over. It'll be like a little VOD thing. Like it won't be the actual stuff, right? I'll turn it on in a little bit. But like I like keeping the VOD because people like watching the VODs of these free-for-all matches for some reason or the other. I don't really know myself. But they do. I know there's only like 14 of you guys watching the YouTube because everyone just watches the VOD. They don't watch the actual thing, which is weird.
Ramps of Chaos.
Yeah.
The others are
That
more
one has
Dog
scenario.
shit map.
Well, they are more scenario based. It's kind of a...
Oh.
Dog shit, yeah.
Oh, dude, I forgot.